For me to start talking?
Yep.
Are you tapping me? Okay. Well, welcome tonight. We are excited to do something a little different. We are going to be recapping. I'm going to be recapping a training that I was able to attend with several of our ambassadors this last Saturday. Several of our leaders here in Dallas, a very good friend of mine who I've known for almost 20 years now. Jill Hellwig has had a number of jobs that have led her. Some of you that participated in our Day of Impact 2 years ago,
Just keep talking.
You got to meet her, get to hear a little bit from her, and see what a dynamic speaker and what a great, really just a business mentor she can be. And so she did a training called Sell Like a Girl. And we are going to apply that whether you're a guy or a girl tonight and talk about some of the things that really made an impact with me, that I'm sure made an impact for several of the other ladies that were there. Beverly was there. Katie was there. Erica was there. So if you guys have anything you want to say or share at the end, I would love to hear from you as well. And then I know that a lot of you are here because you want to hear about this thing called March Madness. And see what we have up our sleeves for March. You know, March is historically our very, very best month of the year. And so I don't want you to lose out on any opportunity that may come your way. If it's going to come your way, March is the time to do it. And so we want to make sure that we're positioned and poised for the growth that can come in March. So we will be talking about that in just a minute, but I want you to hear a little bit of from Jill now with a little video promo that she's put together about what she does now.
Hi there, I'm Jill Hellwig, and I'm the creator of Brand New You Coaching. We have a simple system we want to teach you that will help you gain more confidence, rest in your own strengths, differentiate your brand, and improve your results. We believe that people have limitless potential, but they need a simple system of clarity, accountability, and even a little salesmanship to help you achieve your goals. Whether you feel like you're in a frenzied rush, stuck in a rut, wandering aimlessly, or plateaued at a level of success, our unique coaching system will help you get from where you are to where you want to be. Each plan is tailored specifically to you to help you achieve your express goals. I know what it's like to feel unsure about what to do next. Even though I've been a goal setter since I was 16 years old, I've accomplished some great things in my life, and I've been mentored by the best. I still struggle to find real fulfillment, peace, and joy in the midst of the demands and routine of daily life. I've now been able to help literally hundreds of people with this system that clearly identifies the right goals, which bring you the greatest fulfillment. When you work with me, you'll walk out with a peaceful, strategic plan, which becomes your reality. There is so much more inside you, and I want to help draw it out. Let's tap into that limitless potential inside you. Click on the link below to schedule a call with me today. I truly can't wait to get to know you.
So that's just a little piece, and why I wanted to share that is because I want you to hear her heart. We invited her to be a part of our call tonight, and she was unable to make that happen, but she has also committed to being on a future call for us live, which is will be awesome and great. And the thing that I know about Jill and what I experienced even this Saturday, and I know that the other ladies that attended with me as well experienced, is that she is someone that can help draw out of you what you feel like is there, but maybe you're too timid or shy or maybe afraid. Many times my conversations with her leave me feeling very empowered, even as a friend, sitting and having a conversation. And that is because she has this uncanny ability to kind of get to the heart of things by asking questions. And so I want to instill in you tonight that there are some things that she talked about with us that you are perfectly capable, already have the skill set to do, and just need to start applying it. She opened up her little talk talking about and boys, you don't get this because you're not a girl, and a lot of you who are younger than me, when we start to age as women, we get this issue with hormones, and hormones have to be balanced. We know with our own business that we have to balance our sugar, and if it's not balanced, even off a little bit, everything gets out of whack. And so she talked so much that we are usually not far off the mark from doing what we know we need to do to be successful. Usually all it is a little tweaking. And so she talked about putting on little dabs of different hormones on her arm, and what a huge difference those little tiny drops of hormones make. And to really think about your business in what little tiny ways can I tweak things that I'm already doing to make things better for my business. So I want you to keep that in mind tonight as I talk about some of the things that I gleaned from her, that it doesn't have to be everything. You don't have to start from scratch with a new plan and a new system, but maybe take something you hear tonight and just tweak slightly what you're already doing to be more successful. And I really believe that you can do that, and you have that ability. She talked about how important it is not to be ashamed of the word sell. You know, we make a really big point, as a lot of times, and I know I'm very guilty of it as well, to talk about sharing. But if you think about your life and what you've done all of your life, as we've discussed before, that we are always in the process of selling someone something. We're giving an opinion. We're making a comment. We're choosing to do something or not to do something. Just by participation in an activity, you are selling it. If you shared with your family, yes, I was on a Zoom call to grow my business, you're selling your business to them because you're sharing with them. And so not to be stuck in this rut of being scared of using the word sell, but being really proud of it and understanding, again, as we've talked about so often, that what we have and what we offer as men and as women, but particularly women when she was talking, is a gift. We have this thing called a USP, and I want you to write that down, a unique selling point. You all have that, whether you're 20 years old, whether you're 60 years old, or anywhere in between. You have a unique selling point. If you came into this business looking for weight loss, looking for freedom from an antidepressant, if you came into this business only for the business to increase your income and you've been able to do that, you have a USP. Don't be afraid to build on that and to know that your USP is different than my USP. And there's enough business to go around that Jeanette doesn't have to be worried about the business that I get, because her business is going to be her business. And she has something unique that only she can offer people that I couldn't offer someone. And so to really hone in on what you're good at, what is unique to you, and what makes you click and connect with your business so that you can convey that to other people. She talks a lot about our mindset, and, you know, as a team, we've been talking about all year long that your mindset, Phil, you want to do your little repertoire? Mindset, belief, dreams, goals, and actions, right? So all of those things are the stair-step foundations. And she talked about the difference of talking to a 10-year-old little girl versus an 18-year-old girl, and the images and the things that happen in our minds. And so all of us have probably had to rewrite with our affirmations, right, what we believe about ourselves, what we know we can do, and we have to hold on to those. And so it was fun. We had a little affirmation time together. We talked about some of those things that we hold on to that are not helpful in our beliefs process, and that we have to move on from those and build from those. And so I'm reading my notes just to make sure I don't miss anything on this part that I wanted to. So understanding too that you need to write those, and we've talked about this, but a great reminder is that you write them as if they were true already, right? And that you write them in the positive. So you don't say, if you want to say, I'm afraid of talking to people, you don't want to write, I'm not afraid of talking to people. You want to say, I am bold with strangers. I always have something to share. I always have something to say. I enjoy being part of a new conversation. So you really are taking something and not just saying, I'm not, whatever it is that you are, but really adding some affirmation, some belief around that process or that thought. Another big thing that I thought would be so appropriate to talk about tonight is that if you have a piece of paper in front of you, and if you don't, that's okay, draw a line down the middle of it, like a vertical line. And on the left, I want you to write, what do I sell? I'll give you a minute. And on the right, I want you to write, what my clients want. Jill does not claim to be a sales extraordinaire in the sense that she comes in and she teaches people technical strategy. Where I would say, like maybe Phil Mango, who we have as our resident sales expert, he likes to come in and give us strategy, right? He likes to give us actions and scenarios and what ifs and all of those things. But Jill's, really her expertise comes in the form of understanding your client and understanding the dynamic that goes on between two people. And really what a good part of our morning was spent, or not even morning, I think it was more into the afternoon, what we talked about was really understanding what it is that I sell. And so if you guys, the first three things that come to mind, I want you to write down on your paper, what do you sell? 3 things. And when somebody's finished with their 3 things, I want you to, if you don't mind sharing, somebody unmute themselves and share maybe what those 3 things are. Anybody want to share?
I can.
Okay, thank you.
My 3 was energy, getting life back, and opportunity.
Awesome. So anybody have something different than what Jeanette wrote down?
I do.
Okay, Heather.
Kind of. So I put, health, happiness, and hope.
Okay, awesome. Gloria, I know your hand was up.
Yes, quality of life, freedom, life.
Awesome. Lori, thank you. Supplements, hope, and health, and freedom. Okay, so those are all great. Now I want you to go write what my clients what. When you think about the people that you're talking to every day, what do you think it is that they're looking for? First 3 things that come to mind. And then when you're done, if somebody will share. Steph, you want to share?
Yeah, I wrote freedom of time, freedom from debt, and health.
Okay, awesome. Anybody else? Lori says hope, health, and cheap supplements. Amen. They always want it cheap. Anybody else want to share theirs?
I'll share.
Okay.
Pain-free, energy, and time.
Pain-free, energy, and time. All great answers. Melissa, thank you. Energy. That's right. So here is the key to what we do to be an effective salesperson. We have to be able to connect and have the same thing on the left side of the page as we have on the right. And there was a lot of the same answers. But what I think for me was a realization a lot of times is when somebody wants results, right? Somebody wants results, then my tendency is to share what? When I know somebody wants results. I'm going to talk about the results that they can get from Plexus. Making sure that when we share, if somebody's looking for freedom, that we know what that freedom is, right? If they want freedom from financial strain, but we're talking to them about cheap supplements, they may or may not connect because what they're truly after is freedom from their financial distress. If somebody's looking for energy and all I'm talking to them about is weight loss or probiotics even, we're not going to get that connect. So how do we make sure that to be the most successful in our conversations, in our selling technique as possible, we have to make sure that we're making that list on the right first with what my client wants, and then going back and determining what I'm going to sell when I'm talking to them and having a conversation. And the number one way to do this, guys, is to ask questions, right? Ask questions, lots and lots of questions. I know that I'm incredibly guilty of thinking that my Facebook post is my sell. And the minute somebody says, oh yeah, I'll take a sample, or yeah, tell me about this probiotic, or tell me about the triplex, I go immediately into the sell. And I say all the things that I think that they're going to want. And because we're in the health and wellness industry, there's not going to be there's not too far outside of that area of gray that we'll go in terms of what we're talking about. But again, if I'm just talking about gut health and that person doesn't understand how gut health is connected to energy and all they want is energy, then I really need to re-strategize and rethink about what it is I'm sharing first and go in and sell energy first and energy alone. She talked about 3 kinds of questions. Who knows the 3 kinds of questions that there are to ask? This is like bonus. And my girls that were there can pipe up if they want or can. There's 3 different kinds of questions. When we're approaching a customer or a potential ambassador, there's 3 kinds of questions, and we want to make sure that we're using a certain kind, but I want to go through the 3 different kinds. Okay. Since everyone's talking all at once, I will say the first one is yes, no questions. And that's the lowest level. That tends to be the questions that we ask the most often, and yet they give us the least amount of information, right? We say, did you like it? Yeah. Okay, that doesn't tell us what they liked about it, right? Did you take it? No. Are you drinking lots of water? Yes. All of those questions they're communicative, but they're not giving us what we need to continue to facilitate the conversation and the relationship in this whole sales kind of thing that's going on. So then if we shouldn't use yes or no, the next level of questions are, anybody want to take a stab?
What goals do you want to reach?
That's good. So open-ended questions, those are the kinds of questions where we can ask. So instead of saying, did you drink all your water today? How much water are you drinking in a day? And those are open-ended questions. And that gives us some information. Yes, Katie, thank you. That's the what, how, why, and they really describe the behavior that we're after or we're looking for. And then that last level, which is the one that we probably use the least, and yet we probably should use the most, is, I know Beverly's thinking about answering it. Maybe she's looking at it. Unmute herself.
Well, I think you're talking about the one that was the go for the gain. I mean,
Yes.
I don't remember if she had another term for it or
Yeah,
not.
no, you're right. High gain questions, right?
Those questions that are going to give us the most information possible and give us openings to continue the conversation.
Exactly. Thank you. Right. High gain questions. And a high gain question is going to give you, like Beverly said, more information behind the story. So, like when you've been talking to somebody and you think they've not been, you think you have a customer who's upset or not doing well with the product. And then you get the rest of the story finally, and you're like, well, duh, no wonder they're not doing well, because they're drinking, they're taking a pink drink. You say, okay, are you taking your pink drink? And they say, yes. And so then the open-ended question would be, did you take a pink drink today? Not even that. How often are you taking a pink drink? And they would say, maybe a couple days a week. And then the high gain question is, what is making it so difficult that you're not able to? Where are we missing the boat with you drinking the drink every day? Because we've talked about consistency. And they're like, oh, well, I just can't stand the taste and I don't feel like I can do, and they're not using bottled water, and they mixed it in a cup that's got it clumped because it was cold water. And so all of a sudden you have much more information to help that person be successful than if you're just asking them, hey, are you taking your pink drink? Are you taking your supplements? Are you getting your water in? All of those kinds of questions. So really, when you're talking to your customers and your potentials, make sure that you're asking lots and lots of questions. This, again, is not, sometimes we can feel like we're bothering people, but everybody loves to talk about themselves. So as long as you stay engaged and genuine, you can ask a gazillion questions and get every piece of information you need, as long as you keep asking and engaging in those questions. Questions about that? Anybody? Okay. So I will move on and then say then what we need to do then, after we've asked all of those questions, is be able to communicate effectively what it is that we want to sell that they've expressed that they need. And the way that she talked about this, to a surprise, 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 everybody on our team was like, oh, here we go again, is with your elevator speech. And what I liked about this, and what I'm only going to add because I know Phil has done an amazing job of teaching many of us, and we're still constantly in practice and we constantly are changing it. One of the things that we talked about on Saturday too as a group of Plexus girls was that we have a couple different elevator speeches, right? We have one for a customer only. We have one for people approaching the business. We have one kind of with the mix of both. And again, depending on what we're hearing when we're asking questions is the direction that we're going to take people. But I really liked these 4 phrases I'm going to give you to kind of help embed and over-communicate. And I'm not a great over-communicator. In our relationship here at home, Phil is definitely the better communicator of the two of us in terms of communicating what it is he wants with his words. I do a lot of nonverbal behavior because I believe that gestures and facial expressions can communicate all those kinds of things, but not so always with a man and not so always with your audience. So remember how important it is to have very particular language. And if this is something that you have to memorize and use as a script per se, especially when you're leaving those instant messages or leaving a voice message over the phone, even in a text, make sure that what you're saying is conveying what it is you really mean to convey. Find a partner and say, hey, can I leave you a voice message? Or even leave yourself a voice message, go back and listen, see if you hear yourself smiling, see if you feel the conviction, the genuineness that you're hoping to convey. And if not, realize, wow, I got to keep practicing this and tweak it. Just like I talked about at the beginning, very minute changes can make a huge difference in the power of your presentation. So here are the 4 phrases that you want to embed into your elevator speech. I help clients, ... I help customers. I help people. I help children. I help pregnant moms. I help women. I help. You can insert. You don't have to use the word clients, but it's definitely you want to open up on how you help people, what it is you bring to the table. The next phrase is, I assist others by, because we want to make sure that we are conveying that I don't just do this by myself, but I'm here to help you. How am I going to help you? Because this is their journey, right? This is their dreams. All that stuff that we wrote on the right side of the paper that our customers and our clients want, we need to show them how we can help them get that. The next phrase is, we provide the tools to ... With us, we provide the supplementation, we provide the opportunity, we provide the compensation plan. You can insert, literally you could sit and do it, jog down all the different kinds of things going through your mind of what it is that I do. What is it that Triplex helps people with? What is it that Edge helps people with? And share those tools. And then the last phrase is so important, so that they can. And ... so that they can. So that they can find hope. So that they can maintain energy. So that they can pay their house payment if that's what they've shared with you that they need to do. So that they can stay home with their babies. And so again, what we talked about, that USP, that unique selling point that you and only you have, make sure that when you're writing this, that you can write that specific to what it is that you offer people. And I'm happy to help those of you who can't really really wrap your brain around it. Kind of work through that. Yes, Lori. Oh, you said me? Yes. Okay. I'm happy to do that. Yes, for sure. And so those were really good. And she talked about then when you take your elevator statement, then you move it into a general benefit statement. I'm not going to get really into that. That's where you've captured their attention. A general benefit statement can help you begin a deeper dialogue about your business. This is the kind of stuff that we talk about once you've given them that elevator speech and they want more information, how we continue and carry on that dialogue. And I think that there's a lot of things that we can talk about. The biggest mistake I think that we make is that when someone asks for more information, that we tell them everything that we know, all in one conversation, or all in one phone call, or all in one text. And they open it up and it's 5 paragraphs and they're like, whoop, nope, I'm out. I just heard 30 seconds and I was intrigued and now I'm done. So less is more. Remembering that less is more. She talked about some kind of phrase, girls, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but something about dropping your candy in the elevator, talking about when you meet with a client, we tend to do this because we do all of our business through social media and we think that we're going to miss out on the connection and the opportunity to share information with somebody after they've expressed interest, that we tell them everything. And here's my website and you can join for $34.95. And if you do it tonight, I'll give you $20 off. But we overwhelm them to where they shut down. So saying to them, going back to that piece of, now that they've said they're interested, what was it that interested you? What spoke to you that I just shared with you? Find out from them. They're going to feed for you what's going on. Well, I'm always tired. And you said that you help people have more energy. So that gives you a piece of information to go, okay, so I'm going to talk about how to address being tired. But again, we're not going to tell them everything there is to know. Give them our website and hope that they sign up. We really should be almost thinking about it in this give and take kind of push and pull. Here's a little bit. They give us a little bit more back. Here's a little bit, because here's the deal. The more that you have a dialogue back and forth, the more that you're building a relationship, the more that you're connecting with that person, and the more likely they are to trust you and then eventually give you their business. So that general benefit statement, she just talked about really honing in on what it is that we sell, which we've addressed already. What problems do we solve? We talked about that a little bit tonight. What is the benefit that my products, what will my services do for someone? Again, that's part of what we're selling. And then transfer a positive feeling. And I love this, that we also often talk about making sure that we're invoking and conveying and creating for them an image. You know, oftentimes when I sign someone up, I thank them right after they've signed up and I give them some kind of future that I see for themselves. If I know that they're after the weight loss, I can't wait to see you get to hear that you're buying a new wardrobe. If it's business, I can't wait until you get your silver bonus. Planting a seed in somebody's mind of believing in something that they can do that they haven't yet achieved leaves them feeling good about themselves and leaves them feeling open to the possibility of what this opportunity, what our products are going to do for them. So that's really, really, really a great way to end things. And then she just talked about branding yourself. And we've talked a lot about branding ourselves too. That's so critical to what it is that she does as a mentor and as a coach. I'm super excited that I'm going to be working with her this spring personally to really hone in myself on what my brand is, what it is that I do, and really take all the stuff that's floating around in my brain and my mind and pursuing that in an organized, systematic manner to actually make things come true instead of having it all be salad mush up here. Jill has a couple of upcoming courses in the Dallas area. And there's a brand new you group coaching workshop that she's going to be hosting Saturday, April 8th from 9 to 3 p.m. It's normally $397 for that session. She is offering to our Plexus group specifically a 20% off discount. And she's also willing to work with people if they need it to be like on a 3 payments situation. So I'm going to be posting all of that special after this call. Once we post this, I'll be posting that on the team page so you can look at that to see if you want to take advantage. She also has a course coming up called Grow with Goals, which will be specific to goal setting, and that will be Saturday, June 3rd from 9 to 1, and that course is $124 before the 20% discount. So there will be a couple of different things that you might want to take advantage of, as well as there's her personal one-on-one coaching that she offers. And I am not plugging this because she asked me to. I'm plugging this because I believe in self-development. I believe in personal development. I think it's great to read books, but sometimes I think it takes more than just picking up a book and highlighting it and writing in the margin to make things happen. And I know there's some amazing people on this team that have great, amazing things inside of them. And there's just a little bit of tweaking that needs to happen for that all to come pouring out. And I feel like for me that Jill is going to be helpful in releasing some of that. I know that the girls that went, do any of y'all that went have anything you want to share or say? I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but anything that stood out that I didn't cover in this first 20 minutes or 30 minutes? Oh, Phil's over there asleep. He's not listening.
I think you covered it all. I mean, she is such a positive, uplifting person that you can't walk away from a session with her without really feeling better about yourself and better about your future. And yeah, I think anybody who would take part in those would definitely benefit from it. I loved the day.
That was a great day. Erica, you want to say anything? She's walking.
Yes. Just that it was so, I felt so recharged after being there. Like I came in and she showed a video that she played of the little girls and she just was so uplifting. Like I can't think of and you did a really good job of going through. I mean, I looked at all my notes earlier today and you touched on everything that I had notes on. So we were definitely intrigued, and she just is so, she has this way of communicating that just makes you feel so comfortable. So I don't know. I was looking at her courses. I might do something with her. See.
Awesome. Let's see what Katie's saying.
Katie's got some notes.
Where did my chat go? Okay.
Yeah, she said no one can keep you from what you're meant to do, is what Katie said.
Thank you.
One thing that I might want to share is the lioness story.
I didn't talk about that. Yeah.
Did you?
No, I said I didn't talk about that at all.
Okay, because I was driving, so some of it cut out, so I wasn't sure. But I think we could all relate to that, as far as like being a mama and how, she talks about how her needed a prescription that was $505, I think, something like that. And she sent her husband to the store to get it. And y'all feel free to jump in because I know I'm probably going to botch this, but I don't have my notes in front of me. But she,
Erica, you're cutting out. Hold on a second. Let me. Okay, so I'm going to mute everybody and I'll tell the story real quick. I'm sorry. Feels like she muted herself. She's good. Everybody's good. So real quick, her story, she talked about that as a saleswoman and as a girl, the two things that we need to stay. We need to be fiery lionesses and we need to be fluttering butterflies. And her fiery lioness story was that just this last week, literally a couple days before her little class, she went to the store, went to CVS or Walgreens somewhere to pick up a prescription for one of their boys that he needed, but it was $505. And she was like, her husband had gone and said, that's insane. That's ridiculous. We're not paying $505. Are you kidding me? She went back. She asked a second time, like, why is it so expensive? And they're like, I don't know, but you can try to Google for a coupon and see if you can get a coupon code and come back. So she goes home. She looks up everything. She finds a couple of coupon codes. She doesn't know if anything's going to work, if it's within the time frame, expired, whatever, all that business. She goes back to the store and she's like, okay. And she said in the parking lot before she went in, her mindset was, my baby needs this prescription. We don't have, basically not we don't have, but we're not spending $500 on this one prescription for him. And I'm not leaving here though without that prescription, but I'm not paying $500. And she went in and she talked to the pharmacist and said, I need you to try every one of these codes that I have and see if you can get this thing down. And the pharmacist started putting in the codes and then said, I don't know what you did, but you owe $3.59 from $505. And so she was excited. She was happy. She was able to get that prescription. She said, I didn't even question to ask which code worked, how many codes he had to use. She just paid the $3.59 and got out into that parking lot. But when she got out into that parking lot, and she's very faith-filled and a believer, there was something inside of her as a mama that just made her roar. And literally she roared in the middle of our class, little workshop. As she said, she roared in the middle of that parking lot to realize that there are going to be times in our lives, multiple times in our lives, where as mamas and as saleswomen and as strong women of whatever it is that we have in our hands to possess, we have to take some authority over and say, you know what, I'm drawing the line. This is happening, and I'm going to make it happen. And the neat thing about women, y'all, for all of us that are on there, because I think it's all of us and Phil and Tanner, is that we have this unique ability that God has given us of this thing in our knower, in our belly, in our spirit, whatever you want to call it, that has this thing called intuition. And there's a time and a place, and I don't know about y'all, but I've definitely had it multiple times in my life where I'm like, nope, it's going to be this way. It's going to be this way. And it's not I'm coming in and I'm rearing my resting bee face and I'm going in to bulldoze people. But it's like a lioness protecting her cub, that I'm going to make something happen. And she said, you've got to take this kind of approach in your business at times. And then she counterbalanced it and talked about, but then there's also going to be seasons and times where you're a fluttering butterfly. And as a fluttering butterfly, the monarch butterfly has the longest migratory pattern of any animal in all the species. But what do we think of when we see a butterfly? Oh, she's just flitting and flailing, and she goes to this one flower, and then she goes over here. It doesn't look like she has a plan. It doesn't look like she has a pattern. And yet where she flits and flails, even if it's the wind, even if it's a predator, whatever it is that's sending her along her path, she's in a place of rest. She's in a place where she's supposed to be, just when she's supposed to be there. And so to remember that your business should be a balance as a woman, when you sell like a girl, that you're going to have moments of being a fiery lioness and moments of being a fluttering butterfly, and being able to recognize those seasons and being okay with it. I would say for myself that this month, I've been a fluttering butterfly. I have not been able to be in everybody's face and be busy and be kind of a thing with my business. And yet I've been able to be a fluttering butterfly, take care of what I need to take care of with my personal life. And I've added, how many have we added? 3 ambassadors and 2 new customers in a month where I've been fluttering. And so it doesn't matter whether or not you're one to be successful or another. It's being where you're supposed to be in your season with your business and your selling that makes all of it happen. So anyway, that is it. I will be posting all of her little promo information. I'm sure that there's also some way to work it out long distance if you were interested in her personal coaching. So I will share all of that to come. And now I'm going to switch over and let Mr. Mango come on in and share the exciting stuff. Rude.
Alrighty. So we switch chairs. Good evening, everybody. I have a question. You can show your hands, raise your hands. Who lives in a college town and enjoys March Madness and follows basketball in the spring?
No one. Me.
Literally no one. I think y'all like had that plan. No one's going to raise their hands. Well, we came up with something really cool.
We meaning you.
Yeah, I came up with it, and I think it's cool. So deal with it. So you've got March coming up, and like Jen mentioned at the top, it is historically our growth month that really propels us into convention. And so we wanted to create something that was fun and challenging and would also be really rewarding. So let me, without further ado, go ahead and show you and tell you. Oh, let me fix it first. Stop it. Go away. There we go. Boom. Okay. And let me show you what we're talking about. So we're going to make this big. Okay, let's talk some March Madness. The goals of this contest are to win any contest you should enter. The goal should be to win. The way that the bracket works, so in basketball, they have March Madness, and it's a 64-team field. So the top 64 teams in college basketball all get paired down, and they do rounds of 64 down to 32, down to the Sweet 16, to the Elite 8, to the Final 4, and then the championship game where you're crowned. So we are going to basically create the structure where anyone can enter on the who's on Team Mango. So I hope every single person that's watching this right now enters. It's going to start March 1st. You're going to go head-to-head with other ambassadors, so I will put the slots in, and you'll know exactly who you're going up against on a weekly basis. And your goal is to try and add an ambassador to your team. And if you do that at the end of the week and you've added one and the person you're going against has not added anybody, well, you win the bracket, you go on to the next round. However, if the person that you're going against also adds a person, then we'll look at tiebreakers. Conversely, if you add two and they add one, you're going to win. They add two, you add one, you lose. So we're just trying to grow our team. Each time you win, you're going to get a prize. So every week as we advance in this bracket, you're going to win a prize. And if you lose, don't worry, because there's going to be a consolation bracket. So with a show of hands or nodding of heads, you all ready to see some of the prizes? All right. So week 1. The round of 64. If you win your first week, you're going to get a slim block combo. Pretty simple. You know, it's nice. Little $12 gift. If you advance from the round of 32 to the Sweet 16, you're going to get an Arctic tumbler that's customized with your initials sent to you. The round of 16, when you win that, you're going to get a $25 credit in your back office. When we get to the round of am I right?
No.
What did I forget?
32, 16, 8.
Yeah.
That's 4.
There we go. When we get to the round of 4, you're going to get an Amazon Echo. Not a bad little gift. And then if you make it all the way to the championship, that's $500 to the winner. So let's add this up. If you win this whole contest, you're going to get a $12 Plexus Block Slim Combo, a $25 tumbler, $25 gift card, a $70 Echo. So everyone good on the math so far? It's a little over $100, and then $500 in cash. So close to $700 in prizes for the winner. Now, if you lose in week 1, or you lose in week 2, or whenever you lose, you go to the consolation bracket, and this will be a pool where everyone who's in it, based on the number of ads that you get through the entire month, will get you so many drawings, and that'll be a $250 prize. So all in all, I think we added up, Jen Mango and I are giving away around $1,500 in prizes for the month of March. So let's summarize. You're going to...
It's saying think
Good
again.
Lord,
It's
why
telling you
is
think again.
this
Maybe
computer-
it's a sign. Maybe we're
Okay.
not supposed to know.
So what you're going to do, you're going to register for the bracket. And how much does it cost to register? Nothing. To www.challonge, that's not misspelled correctly. It is CHALLONGE.com/Team Mango. It's like a real simple 2-minute setup process, sign up, and then you will be placed into the bracket. We'll share the bracket on the team page, and you can track it in real time and check back every week. So it starts on the 1st, which is a Wednesday. It runs through Tuesday at midnight. After Tuesday at midnight, I'll check and take a look and see who's brought on ambassadors. And if you have beat your challenger, you're going to advance the next round and win the prize. And your challenger will then go into the consolation bracket every week. So every Wednesday it resets. You go to the next round. Now, let's say both of you go head-to-head and you don't bring on an ambassador that week. Well, what will happen is one of two things. If there's another bracket or a matchup where each of the 2 contestants both got an ambassador, and then this other bracket where Jen and I went head-to-head, and neither one of us got an ambassador, we both are going to go to the consolation bracket, and the person that was facing off against Erica, maybe with Sherilyn, they're going to advance and get moved on. So,
but the brackets will all follow.
It'll all be very simple. All you have to do is keep getting ambassadors every week, and you keep advancing and keep winning prizes. What the heck is this?
I don't know.
Oh.
It looked like that.
Okay.
You need to put that
Yeah, I
in
did
there?
mean 3-way call list will be available at Blind Sidelines of the day. Yeah. Hey, we will gladly help you close your prospects. I guess I did mean to leave that in there.
Okay.
Help you close your prospects, so it's not like you're on your own. You're just competing, but we'll help anybody. Even if we're competing against you, we're still going to help you.
And we are competing.
And we are going to compete because why not? Because I like to win. And then there'll be the rules on the team page. But it's tournament time, and it starts on Wednesday. Okay, so let me escape out of this. Let me get ready to share something else. Stop the sharing, and let me look at the chat and see what it says. What a great contest. Well, I agree. Thank you, Erica. So really simple. So I'm wondering, I don't like to smack talk. I love to smack talk.
Yeah.
So, who wants to see Jen and I go head-to-head and me knock her out in the first round?
Oh, I'm sorry. How many ambassadors have you had lately?
I don't know. The last one was me. Thank you very much.
Did you sign her up online, or did I?
I put it on.
taking it
I
back.
put it on
I'm
a tee.
calling
I
corporate
put
tomorrow.
on a tee and let you
Corporate
swing.
is getting a call tomorrow, and I'm taking her back.
So, we want to see some smack talk. We want to see some competitive juices, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me show you what this bracket looks like, because the cool thing is it's online. So you'll be able to track and see who's competing against who.
Thank you, Tracy. I will rock this.
Oh, she will get rocked. That's what she meant to say. You get rocked. So, whoops. Boop. There we go. And we might think big. So as you can see here, this is the really simple round of 64 leading up to the championship. So the trial packs will be given away again on the 8th. So this first week goes 3-1 to 3-7, 3-8 to 3-15, or 3-14, excuse me, 3-15 to 3-21, 3-22 to 3-28, and then the championship round is short. It's 3-29 to so it's 3-day championship. Yeah. I forgot the $100 gift card.
Yeah, you didn't add that in there.
I forgot to put
$100 gift card in there.
So again, here we go. You win, you get a trial pack. You win, you get a tumbler. You win, you get a $25 back office credit. You win, you get an Amazon dot. It's on Echoes. It's a dot. You win, you get a $100 gift card. You win, you get $500 cash. I mean, look at this. Someone's going to collect $600, $670, call that $700, $750 in prizes.
What?
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Phil thinks he's going to win his own bracket, his own game. He wants his own 750.
Why not?
Here's the deal. Only 64 people, though. So you need to promote to your teams, because what better way to propel your little teams to grow by incenting them with this extra? Because as if our compensation plan was not enough, we want to see y'all have fun with this and grow and use it as an incentive with your own teams.
Absolutely. So I hope the 64 fills up like tonight. I would highly recommend, since you've got to jump on everyone, you're watching this live, to go and sign yourself up. Again, it's challonge.com/Team Mango. Really simple. challonge.com/Team Mango. All right. So let me unmute yourself and let's hear those questions. First of all, Sherilyn, are you doing this explanation again, or we should push out the recording? Push out the recording. I'll probably do it again, but push the recording out. Really simple. Get an ambassador or multiple ambassadors every week, and you keep advancing. If you don't, you go to the constellation bracket, and you still want to add ambassadors because the person with the most will have the most entries for the pool, the $250.
I see Monique. Her green is covered up a little bit by her red. Maybe.
I don't know. I won't do any side bets or wagers, but I got my eye on some people I think would win. This guy.
Gosh, craziness.
So let's have some fun with it. Is that you guys into it? You think you can get your teams involved and get people excited about it?
They're all thinking.
Okay. Hopefully they're all planning.
Yes, we need to do our one more giveaway.
Okay. All right. Any questions about this? Okay. It starts March 1st. Registration is open right now. Challenge.com/Team Mango. Sign up. I'll start setting up the brackets over the next 2 days. Cool?
Cool.
All right.
Thank you. Okay. Last thing before we go. So those of you who participated in the Friday Flash contest, I loved seeing all of your bold behavior of growing your business. Hopefully you're going to see some of those things benefit you from the seeds that you sowed. I think if I were, did I just drop one? Yeah. If I were to share my favorite of them, I think Karen Stupak wins for the, I loved how she talked about going and telling the guy with the Red Bull in his hand that, no, you don't need to drink that. I have something better for you at the convenience store. That was a pretty good one. But I do have a little draw bowl here because I said we would draw for it. So I will pick a name. Alana Noviso. She won. So congratulations, Alana. I will get your little pink plexus watch and your Be Brave card and your note cards off in the mail to you tomorrow. Thank you guys. I know it's late for many of you. Thanks so much for being here. And we'll be posting all the rest of the information. Go Plexus. Night.